All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. More now on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Tackle made there by Josh Bynes.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Black 80! 180! Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hold this. 12, 12. Mike 20.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Right, 20! 180! Four down.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Hey, four down. White. 12. 11.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Chandler Jones. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Three down. Black 80!
On play action, it's Garoppolo. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A good pickup there at 22.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Marcus Golden. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
White 20!
Play action. Garoppolo. Looking deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
Wait.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Christian Kirk deep to return it. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Watch it now, Barney.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
6.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Steps away. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And a nice gain of 21 yards. '49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Will Dissly with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Niners have taken the early lead. extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gold now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Hey, come on, come on, come on. I got 11.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Now down to McKinnon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Flush to his right. And he floats one there, incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And it's 3rd and short.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. And Gould is able to put it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
So out now come the Cardinals. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
Gone! Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And he's got Gresham. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a first down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On second down, Rosen. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Third and long here for Rosen. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now McKinnon to start the drive. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Airing it deep for Garcon. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Pierre Garcon, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. He'll field this at the 5. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Now it's Rosen. And he's got Fitzgerald. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Again, it's Johnson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Leopard! Leopard! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to the booth right after this. Now a handoff, Johnson, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Leopard! Leopard! No, check! Patriot! Patriot!
Here's Johnson, and not much running room. Down to the 32. K'Wan Williams, the one that got him down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. Third and long.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rosen will throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down. On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson. This will be from 49 yards out. And Dawson's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
21.
Now a play fake here on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Delvin Breaux with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. A gain of 3, second down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
They go to Johnson again. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
All right, here we go.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So third and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try to run it. It's Hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but fourth down coming up. And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Dawson's kick is good. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And now it's Rosen looking. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
All right, here we go.
Here's Rosen to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. Lets it go for Nelson. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A huge play there for Arizona. 44 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
They get it to him running left. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. They'll run it with Johnson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Dawson's kick is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They run once more with McKinnon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Get set!
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Garoppolo now, 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. Flushed out right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
6.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. They find some open field here. There he goes left side. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Now back onto the field comes the Cardinal offense, and they're going to try for 2. After the interception, here's Rosen. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalize a little bit on top.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Garoppolo on first down. And shedding through the tackle. Caught left side, Garcon. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Garoppolo looks to throw. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On first down, Garoppolo. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Dayon Buchanan not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
I got you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working from the gun, Garoppolo forced out to his left. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this one is no good. He missed it. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Eddie Vanderdoes there on the stop. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now Johnson. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. The play fake. Here's Rosen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Here's Andy Lee now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there. You've given yourself a chance. You're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
21. 21. Here we go. 180.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Play action. Garoppolo. He's going to float this over the middle. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They'll run it with Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Complete. It's Johnson. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Johnson running left and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Every yard they gain, getting them better and better field position, and obviously a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot, no lost yardage plays, let's kick a field goal and go up 2 scores. If we score a touchdown, great. But that's not what you're really playing for.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And Dawson's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The 49ers getting set to trot out there.
Here we go, here we go.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. And he's got his man on the out route. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Garoppolo to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6. On the ground, this is Johnson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Cardinals, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautlet. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. And we'll get ready for the trek back to the city as we say so long from Santa Clara.
What a great city it is. We're going to have a blast tonight.